Do you want to play a game?
What's up people, welcome to another Arcane afternoon. The Halloween event is here for 3 weeks. It is energy based and still the best place to farm energy is in Elite Indigo Caverns. The good thing about Indigo Caverns is also that you can make a lot of gold while farming energy there. Now let's have a look at the tier rewards. For bronze tier you get a candy treats bag. You need this item to enter the portal to the Boogies and Oligarch's mansion. Then you get a pumpkin chest, a cloth banner, and a bronze ribbon. You need this item for the treasure hunt. The treasure hunt you can see here at the top of your screen next to the energy. When you click on it, you can see all of the items that you need to find for the badge and for the title. Then for silver tier, you get 3 pumpkin chests, 1 candy treats bag, and a title. Every single week of the event, you will get a different title. For gold tier, you get 50 Necropolis tokens, a Gourd Weaver pet, and a jewel chest. And for platinum tier, you get a Ghostly Wisp, which looks really cool, a jewel chest, and 10 bound Elite Awakening gems. This Ghostly Wisp looks very similar to a Pokemon and is for sure inspired by it. And the tier rewards reset every single week of the event, so you can get plat tier 3 times within the Halloween event. For the second week of the event, for Platinum tier, you get the Hexmark Wisp. And in the third week for Platinum tier, you get the Jack the Ripper Wisp. Now let's have a look at the leaderboard rewards. These leaderboard rewards also reset every single week. For top 50, you get a cat banner and a precise jewel for your class. These top 50 rewards probably cost around 30 million gold, which is not that much, but if you consider that the leaderboard resets every single week, the rewards are actually not that bad. Then for top 25, you get the cat banner, you get a flawless jewel and a fallen star halo and 10 bound Elite Awakening gems. These rewards will cost around 100 million gold, which is pretty decent. So one good way to make a lot of gold in this event, even if you don't have that much time to play. You could farm energy in the first week and maybe in the second week as well, and then use all of that energy that you saved up in these 2 weeks and then get top 25 in the third week of the event, and you will get around 100 million gold for the leaderboard rewards. Then for the top 5 rewards, you get the cat banner, you get the halo, you get 50 bound Elite Awakening gems, then you get a corrupted jewel, you get a haunted house badge, and you get the blazing aura. In the second week of the event, for top 5, you will get the Grim Reaper badge and the blue blazing aura. And in the third week, you will get the Black Cat badge and the green blazing aura. These top 5 rewards will be worth around 500 million gold. There's one more thing about the leaderboard aura. If you got every single aura for the top 5 rewards from every single week, you can craft basically the exact same aura again, just in multiple colors. There's no chance that this aura will cost more than all 3 of these other auras together. It's basically the exact same aura, just in a different color again. So here it's really not worth it to craft it. But I really like the idea that you can craft another basically better leaderboard item. But in this case, it's just not better. It's basically the same aura. If they do this again in the future, they really need to make sure that this crafted aura looks a lot better than these 3 individual auras and it's not just a color remake. Anyways, now let's have a look at the event store. In the event store, there is 4 locks. We got the event locked and then we again got the 2 biggest scams in the entire game. First, we got the locked Marshland crate for 30 platinum, and the best item you can loot in this chest is probably worth about 5,000 gold, which is just a massive scam. And the biggest scam in the entire game is this locked crate of the heroic pet for 1,600 platinum. The best egg in this entire chest is worth maybe 2 million gold. 2 million gold for 1,600 platinum is just a big ripoff. Just be careful that you don't accidentally open this chest. You will just lose all of your platinum if you do so. If you want a safe way to turn your platinum into gold, just buy Elite Awakening gems. Each of these cost 5 platinum and you can sell them for about 450,000 gold right now. Which means that you will get around 140 million gold if you just buy Elite Awakening gems. And if you open this chest, you will get at best maybe 2 million gold. Now let's have a look at the event locked. The week 1 locked has the heroic Gourd Weaver egg. And this is basically just the better Heroic Flame. It has pretty much the exact same happiness bonus as Heroic Flame, just a tiny bit better. So if you are a rogue and you're using Heroic Flame as your happiness bonus, you can definitely upgrade your happiness bonus a little bit now with this new pet. The passive ability and the arcane abilities are really bad. In the second week's log, the Heroic Witchfur Egg will be in the logged. This is basically the better Heroic Ghostly, at least for the happiness bonus. And here again, the passive ability and the arcane ability are really bad. And in the third week, we will get the Heroic Moonshade pet. This pet looks really cool and has a pretty interesting and probably good arcane ability. But first of all, the happiness bonus again is basically just a better Heroic Nair. And if you're using Heroic Nair as a warrior, for example, you can definitely upgrade your happiness bonus here. It might be even worth it to use this happiness bonus as a mage, because it does have the crit damage and the damage stacking, but it also has the 30% haste, and the haste is just always nice to have as a mage. Here for the arcane ability it says, Heroic Shoot the Moon, the spectral steed expels a blast of energy that pushes and damages up to 7 targets in a 10-meter range, and has a 50% chance to stun each target for up to 3 seconds. All of this is very useless, but the next part is really good. Affected targets also receive the Heroic Moonshadow Curse, which increases the amount of damage they take by 20% for 5 seconds. 5 seconds for the ability duration is very short, but 20% increased damage taken. If it works on bosses, and it probably will, then this AA might be pretty good. I would have to try it to see how good it actually is. But this AA out of all of the 3 pets is at least decent. Now let's get back to the locked. There's another new item in here, and it's the first arcane item, level 86. It's the Arcane Armor, and it's called the Blood Armor. I was really hopeful for this Arcane Armor. I really thought that this Arcane Armor will be very OP. But now it turns out this Arcane Armor is actually worse than the Kraken Armor. There's a lot of problems that this Arcane Armor has. Right now it's very unfortunate how bad this armor is, but they might still buff it, then it will be worth to use. So the first problem this Arcane Armor has is that it gives 9% crit chance. As a rogue with literally the cheapest gears in the entire game, without any procs, without any pets, without any AA, you will have easily 150 to 200% crit chance already. And 100% crit chance is already the maximum. So I'm easily over 200% crit chance already, and they just give us another 9% crit chance. Basically, they're giving us nothing here. They keep doing this every single time. It was the same with the Beast Armor. We already are far above the maximum crit chance. I don't understand why they keep giving us more crit chance. So this is the first problem with this Arcane Armor. Now let's have a look at the proc. You need to deal damage to proc the armor, just like the Kraken Armor. I don't know exactly how good the proc rate is. Someone on my Discord said the proc rate is even worse than the Kraken Armor, but because I haven't tried it, I will just assume that the proc rate is the same as the Kraken Armor. If it's worse, then obviously that's not good for this new armor. Then for the proc you get 400 primary stat. If you compare it to the Kraken Armor, for the Kraken Armor you get 300 primary stat, so you do get 100 primary stat more here. It sounds like a lot, but 100 primary stat is actually not that much of a change in damage. It's really little. Then you get 4000 health instead of 3000 health, which literally doesn't matter at all. And then you get a 3 times damage multiplier. The Kraken Armor also gives you a 3 times damage multiplier. And the last thing you get with this armor is a 2000% reflect of all incoming damage in PvE. I don't know if you lose your dodge when this reflect activates. For example, with the Kraken Amulet, when the reflect shield activates, you lose all of your dodge, which is really bad because that means you take a lot more damage and you die faster. So if you do lose your dodge here, that would be really bad. But again, I haven't tried the armor yet. Then the proc lasts for 10 seconds and the cooldown is 20 seconds. When the armor came out, the cooldown was actually 30 seconds. And now they just reduced it to 20 seconds, but the Kraken Armor also has a 20-second cooldown, so it's not better. All of this sounds really good, but there's actually 2 procs that this armor doesn't have that the Kraken Armor has. So if we have a look at the Kraken Armor proc, we can see that there's actually 3 extra procs that the Kraken Armor has that the new Blood Armor doesn't have at all. The first proc is that you get 100% armor with the Kraken proc, which is very OP. You're very tanky with this. With the new blood armor, you get 0% armor. The next thing with the Kraken armor is that you get a 2x speed multiplier, which is also very nice to have. And with the new blood armor, you get 0 speed. And the third thing is that you get 30% haste while the Kraken armor is procced, and with the new blood armor, you get 0 haste. Basically, for the blood armor, you get 100 primary set more when you proc, which is really not that much. But compared to the Kraken armor, you lose the 2x speed multiplier proc, you lose the 30% haste proc, and you also lose the 100% armor proc. All 3 of these procs you lose just for 100 primary stat more, which is not worth it. So right now the Kraken armor is clearly better than the Bloodstar armor. The Bloodstar armor sells for around 300 million gold right now. But realistically, if the Kraken armor is worth 40 million gold right now, the new Bloodstar armor should be worth at maximum like 20 million gold. It's just a worse version of the Kraken armor. So even though the proc of the Bloodstar armor is worse than the Kraken armor, there is a set bonus with the new Bloodstar armor. If you have the Blood armor, the Blood helmet and the Blood artifact, the Blood artifact will come out in the harvest event, which will be very soon. If you got all 3 of these items equipped, you will get the set bonus, and this set bonus is pretty good. It will be worth to use the new 3 out of 3 blood set on your damage set. Basically, you will replace the Beast helmet, the Beast armor, and the Beast artifact for the 3 new arcane items. And with those 3 arcane items, you will get the set bonus and you will get a lot more damage. But for your proc set, you will still use the Kraken armor because the Kraken armor has a better proc than the new blood armor. So you will only use the new blood armor on your damage set. Even though it has a proc, you will not use the proc of the blood armor. You will use the proc of the Kraken armor, then swap to the blood armor just so you have it on your damage set because it will give you more damage with the set bonus. It is pretty confusing, but I will show it when the new arcane artifact comes out in the harvest event. Then in the week 2 locked, there will be the Arcane Helmet. The base stats for the Arcane Helmet are pretty good. You also get crit damage instead of crit chance here. I don't understand why they can't give us crit damage or something else on the Arcane Armor. And the new Arcane Bloodstar Helmet will have a pretty decent proc as well. You will be able to proc a 15% nature, shadow and cosmic damage buff. You will also be able to proc the 2x speed and the 30% haste, which was missing from the Arcane Armor. Basically, you can now proc that with the helmet, and you also proc 15% health leech, which is very good as well. And this proc will last for 10 seconds. And the cooldown will probably also be 20 seconds. So the new Arcane Helmet actually has a very nice proc. So on your proc set, you will use your Kraken armor and you will use the new Bloodstar Helmet because the new Bloodstar's armor proc is not good. Also, one more thing about the elemental damage, because a lot of people still don't understand how the elemental damage works. This elemental damage only works with the elemental sets, so with the bio set, with the shadow set and the cosmic set. If you proc this 15% nature, shadow and cosmic damage and then use your normal beast set as your damage set and your Kraken set as your proc set, you will not get any extra damage from this. This only works with the dot damage of the elemental sets. Also, here's one of the downsides of being a YouTuber. There's always some weird people messaging me. Anyways, let's have a look at the event map. One more thing about the preview on the Halloween event on the forum. They again showed a picture where the Sorcerer Halloween Mask drops from the event map. But it seems that the Sorcerer Mask is not actually dropping. They just used the same old pictures from a few years ago here for these NPCs. They did the same thing last year. They also showed this screenshot with the Sorcerer Halloween Mask, but it didn't actually drop. So that's a pretty good sign that the Sorcerer Mask is not dropping. And here's some financial advice from me. If you want to get rich, just buy one Sorcerer Mask, okay? Just like Bitcoin, eventually the Sorcerer Mask will explode in price. So just buy one Sorcerer Mask, put it in your stash, maybe wait a few years and you will have possibly billions of gold. Now let's have a look at the token vendors. There's one for platinum for the house monster holders, and here are all of the different monsters. Really not worth it to buy any of these. They don't look good at all. Here at the other token vendor, you can buy a Halloween Farmer's Elixir kit. With this elixir, you get 15% extra points in the event map, which is helpful if you go for the leaderboard. Then they added a candy bomb for 25 platinum. This is a pretty cool idea. It grants you a candy treats back, 15 necropolis tokens, and explodes, dropping candy bars for allies. Imagine these were like 2 platinum or 5 platinum. A lot more people would actually use them if they were like 2 platinum, and it would be pretty cool to see. But now for 25 platinum, you will probably not see a single person in this entire 3 weeks event use this candy bomb just because it's too expensive. Items like these they have to make cheaper. Then for the event tokens, you can open a spooky coin chest, and in this spooky coin chest you can actually loot story tokens, which is nice, and you can also get 2 or 5 platinum, but it's probably very rare to get one of these, and there might be better options to spend your tokens on. Then you can buy plain paper bags, and you need these to craft the candy treats bag to enter the portal maps for the oligarchs and Boogie's mansion. Then you can buy a coin here for the treasure hunt. Then you can open locks here for keys as well. Here it shows the guaranteed loot possible items, but the new Arcane Armors are actually not in the guaranteed loot pool here, which is pretty weird. I think the new Arcane Armors should be in the guaranteed loot pool. For the guaranteed badges from the locks, in the first week you get the full moon badge. In the second week you get the Witch O Lantern badge. And in the third week you get the Tiny Reaper badge. Then you can buy a Vampirial Visage, and it changes your face for just 35 tokens, so definitely worth to get this. And it's not tradable and not stashable, but on my character it obviously doesn't work. I always have this blue face, and it's impossible that my face changes, so you cannot see it here. Then just in the first week you can buy all of these vanity weapons. In the second week and in the third week there will be different vanities. In the second week there will be the Moonpaw Vanity set at the token vendor, and in the third week there will be the Grace Vanity Helm without the armor apparently. And the last item at the token vendor is the most controversial item in a very long time. It costs 8,000 platinum for the Halloween event pack. In this 8,000 platinum event pack you will get the Heroic Gourd Weaver pet apparently. It doesn't say egg, so I wonder what happens if you already have the egg and then open this. Do you just lose the item, or will you get an egg in your inventory? Then you get the new Arcane Armor, but currently the new Arcane Armor is really not good. It's worse than the Kraken Armor. Then you get the Headless Horseman Armor Vanity set, a Lunar Reaper bow which looks alright, Lunar Reaper chakrams which look decent, Lunar Reaper daggers. These daggers don't look that bad, but here it would have been so cool if we got a spear weapon. That would have been really cool with this design on it. And you get the Glamour Strike Vanity weapons that you can buy at the token vendor. Here's the Mage Halloween pack and the Warrior Halloween pack. It is understandable why this pack is so controversial, because I think this is now the most expensive platinum item that we ever had. Before this, I think the most expensive item that you could buy with platinum was probably just an aura for like 1,750 platinum. And now it went all the way up to 8,000 platinum, which is a lot of money. But it gets even worse. This pack costs 8,000 platinum, but you can see it says Halloween Event Pack 1. So there will be another Halloween Event Pack 2 and 3 in the second and in the third week. This is the Halloween event pack for the second week, and here you just get 2 vanities, but these vanities already drop from the event map. And basically one unique item that you get is the aura, and you can get obviously the Arcane Helmet. And in the third week you will get the Arcane Helmet and the Arcane Armor and a new aura, but the aura really doesn't look that good. And if we have a look at the prices for the event pack in week 2, you can also see it's 8,000 platinum again. And for the third week, it gets a lot crazier. It's actually 14,000 platinum. 14,000 platinum for just one event pack. This is just so overpriced, and you don't get anything unique in this event pack. 14,000 platinum is just way too expensive for just a Arcane Armor and Helmet, which are maybe at best 500 million gold probably then. The pet and the vanity helmets will maybe be at maximum 50 to 100 million gold together. and then you just get this aura which doesn't even look that good, and all of this for 14,000 platinum. If we have a look at the plat store, you can see it's 1,700 platinum for $55 on a 40% sale. And also this is on PC, so on PC it's always a little bit cheaper than if you buy platinum on your mobile phone. So this is the cheapest way you can get platinum, and it's still $55 for 1,700 platinum. If we now take 14,000 platinum and divide it by 1,700 platinum, it's 8 times 2 free. If we take that by the $55, we end up at $453 basically, just so you can buy this one 14,000 platinum event pack in week 3. All of these free event packs are way too expensive, even the 8,000 platinum one. I think it's pretty realistic that they might bring back these event packs for the winter event, and hopefully by then they will make them a little bit cheaper, a little bit better in price, and maybe give a little bit more value to the pack. Alright, let's do one run of the event map, but the event map is nothing special, there's just a few mobs. You kill the boss, and then there will be portals for the boogie map and for the oligarch's mansion. So you can enter with a candy treats bag that you can craft pretty easily in the crafting menu. The oligarch's mansion will give you a little bit more points for your tier and for your leaderboard. So always choose the oligarch's mansion if you can decide between both portals. And you can also loot boogie bags and oligarch's bags, and these you can sell in the auction. They actually sell for 50,000 gold apparently each, which is really good. And in these locks there is the villainous arcane artifacts, but these don't have any proc, and they were already in the lock last year, they're not good. Then there's also new mythic amulets which give 35% luck. It's definitely worth to buy one of these. They only cost 200,000 gold, and in some events, for example in the egg hunt event at Easter, you do need luck to get better loot from all of the chests. I will also buy one here now just so I have it. And I will also awake it for another at least 3% luck with the awakening. So in total, just from the amulet, I will have at least 38% luck. Another thing is there's also a legendary Boogie's Haunted bag, not just a blue one. And in here there drops the Nightshade vanity set. The Nightshade vanity set will also be in the event pack of week 2 for 8,000 platinum. And this is what it looks like. It's really obvious this is supposed to be a Batman outfit, and I think it looks really cool. This is the rogue version. This one looks a little bit weird. The legs look a little bit wide. And this is the warrior version. All warrior vanities always look good, so this is not a surprise. But I think the mage one actually looks the best. This one looks really clean. So yeah, this is already it with the video. The best way to make gold in this event is just to get platinum tier every week. And if you can also go maybe for a top 25 on the leaderboard, it's just a 1 week. So it's really not that long, and you can farm energy in the first week and in the second week. And then for example, go for top 25 or top 50 in the third week with all of the energy that you already farmed. And this is it with the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.